Welcome to Crotone Entertainment. I'm Chris.
I'm Bree.
And we're back on track with our Painting HeroQuest series. As today we're going to paint the throne. That's right, we're painting the toilet of Zargon's Dungeons. We primed this in our Crown on 2X Perfect Gray as per usual. We pulled out our Citadel Wildwood Contrast Paint. This is not a miniature that really stands for contrast paints very well. It doesn't have a lot of deep textures to it, at least in the areas that are made of wood, because a lot of those wooden areas in this chair are inlaid with metals, at least from the way the sculpt looks to me.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm putting this on is to create a little visual definition for myself, and to get a little brown on here. I'm treating it almost as if it's a like a thick base paint that I want to get an undercoat of brown on to start working off of. We're going to have a little fun with this this piece. If you remember the original HeroQuest, this is the piece that had the cardboard middle. It was like a red cardboard middle, and the two sides were the brown plastic. I don't know if this is one of the upgrades. There's a lot of miniatures I say are a lot better in the new HeroQuest. I don't know if this is one of them. There was something sleek and lazy boyish about the other one, and this one looks more like a rich guy's dinner table thing.
Do you think that lazy boys should be made out of cardboard? Is this how you feel about them?
I'm not convinced they aren't. But, no, this looks like, you remember Batman from 1989?
Oh, yeah.
Where they're eating dinner in the dining room, and they're like, I don't know if I've ever been in this room. They look like the stuffy type of chairs from there. So we're just getting the Wildwood kind of everywhere we feel like getting Wildwood. It doesn't really matter. Because we're going to pull out our beige brown next.
Ooh, beige brown.
So this is a Vallejo color. We are going to dry brush the beige brown. That's what I'm doing off camera. I'm prepping my brush because I don't prepare these things in advance because stuff.
Because professional.
Because reasons.
Yeah.
So we're just dry brushing over the areas that are dark brown with this lighter brown to kind of grab them and create a faux definition. I'm going to warn you in advance, this is not the absolute best way you could paint this chair. You could do this throne a lot better, but the way I see it, this particular terrain piece doesn't show up in every single scenario, and it's certainly not an eye catcher when it does.
No, it's usually just kind of off to the side or, just dressing to the fact that the big bad's in the room and it's going to punch you in the face, and then you have to kill him with a dagger.
Exactly. So we're going to take all the metal details on this chair, and from what it looks like to me, like these wings kind of underneath the handles, they appear to be metal. There looks like some metal hand rests on top. It looks like there's metal boots around the bottom of it almost. The whole top cap looks like it's made of metal. Anywhere we think is made of metal, we're going to paint it with this silver. Just going to go through it real quick. It's not going to be complicated. We are going to do something to set this piece apart, though. Even though it's not the fanciest terrain piece in the box. We're going to use an oldie but a goodie trick here coming up. So here comes our Citadel Nolan oil. And I don't want any of these actual caps to be silver by the time we're done. They're going to be gold. So if you watched our videos, you kind of know what's coming. We do a silver, we wash it black, and then we paint it in the Nazdreg yellow contrast.
Ooh. Because it's a throne, so it's got to be... Oh, no. The gold throne.
It's the golden throne. The golden throne. Anyway, like I said, this is not the most impressive sculpt they have in the new HeroQuest box. It's all right. It's not a bad sculpt, but it's not the most impressive.
It's a chair. What are you expecting?
Well, it's a throne. And it doesn't show up in every scenario, but we're going to do something to make it stand out. We're going to do something that hopefully is a little visually different. Man, my neck is killing me.
We installed the dishwasher today, and it hasn't been good on either of us. My back hurts.
I don't know what I did. I must have had my head turned the wrong way for too long, and I just cricked my neck. And now I desperately want to pop it out, and it doesn't want to pop out. It's being very obnoxious. What's funny is I install dishwashers, well, not all the time, but frequently enough, and they're never an issue. But man, this particular dishwasher was made bizarrely for the way they designed the way it attaches. It's not the norm that I'm used to. But anyway, no big deal. We just needed some filler conversation there while we were getting all that gold on this throne. So now it's time to make it stand out.
It is looking swanky. Ooh, okay.
Elysian green.
This is not a green that we use.
It's like a puke green. I've used this on orc skin in one of the many different ways I painted orc skin for my various Warhammer armies for orcs.
Because orcs just breed in our house. We don't know where they came from. They just show up.
I like different orc skins throughout my armies as well. I don't like them all to look the same. I like to have different ones that look like a mismatch of different greens. But this is kind of like a puke style green. I mean, this is a nasty green. I love it. It's good. Yeah. It's very putrid.
I've actually used this as a final dry coat for my puppies.
There you go. But
who
else uses a green like this? People are thinking of blue or red or like a royal purple for their throne. We're going with a puke green. But you know what? I don't think that's enough. I think we're gonna have a string of other colors on this thing. So I
This
think we're
thing
gonna do
is,
I think we're gonna do a pattern. I think we're gonna use an orange here. This Kato red highlight looks good. This Fenris gray looks good. Let's use this War Boss green. Let's get this Wazdaka red, and let's get our beige brown back out. And let's do a pattern on this. So normally what I would probably do is do a shading on the quilted areas, and I do some highlighting, but I don't want to do that. I want to just draw some lines.
You're just going to get liney?
I'm not being super careful here. Like, up close, it's a little bit of a mess, but at tabletop standard, it looks pretty good. So we're starting with the orange, and on the front side of the chair here, I'm just kind of drawing... excuse me. Just kind of drawing an orange line down here. Let's do another one here. They're not actually evenly spaced apart. They're not symmetrical, which is a little painful for me as a person because I'm a big fan of symmetry.
Yes.
But I do have where the line comes down on the quilted area. It also comes down on the cushion as if they were almost designed to go together. Let's put another one of these orange lines over here on the armrest, and on the back we'll do a couple more of them. And that's all we're going to do with the orange. Now, we could go... spoiler alert, I'm not going to highlight this orange later. If you do something similar to this, you could absolutely add some depth to the various colors you're going to put down and then highlight them. I'm not going to do that. It's not that important for this particular miniature for me. But you can take it to the next step if that's what you choose to do. So next up was that Fenris gray. And I think I'm going to put a really thin... see, I swapped out my brush for a smaller, thinner brush.
Oh.
Got a really thin line of this Fenris gray immediately to the right of all of the orange lines.
Are you giving this thing stripes?
Are
you making it like a fruit striped scum chair?
It's got some stripes to it. The finished product is going to be something special, I think.
Something glorious.
It doesn't look like we're going a good direction with it now, but I really do think the finished product is going to be something unique and special, and I don't think a lot of people are going to have a throne that looks like yours if you decide to follow our idea, or hopefully this idea kind of inspires you to come up with your own patterns. But we'll see what we got here. So, like I said, this Fenris gray, immediately down the right-hand side of the orange. That's going to lead us into our next color down the line, which was that War Boss green, which is a more traditional green,
yes,
which really just kind of has a funky look when sitting overlaid and next to this kind of sickly green.
Yeah.
And we're just going to make a thin line of this right next to the thin line of the Fenris gray. That's all. We're making a stripy pattern.
Chris, I'm beginning to wonder if you're colorblind.
This is a quality pattern is what's going on. Just trust the process. I think I've said this. Have I said this in the HeroQuest series? I know I said this in the Crisis Protocol series. Trust the process, and it always looks terrible until the last step when it all comes together.
Oh.
And that's how the comic book ones come together with the acrylic ink that comes at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And this Wazdaka red, I picked this one. If you don't have Wazdaka red, that's fine. You can use any red you want. I picked this particular one because it has a degree of purple in it. A lot of the other reds are just reds.
Oh, because purple is exactly the color you need to go with orange and green and gray.
I'm not sure you're entirely seeing my vision here, so we're going to put this to the right of the War Boss green, so there's going to be two of these stripes that go down the front of the chair, one that goes down the armrest, and there's going to be two that go right down the back here.
Love of my life.
Yes, dear.
Reason for the season.
Yes, dear.
I'm worried about you right now.
No, this is good stuff. But this is not enough.
Enough what? Enough colors?
Enough colors.
Mm.
We still had the beige brown.
Oh, because that's what it needed.
So let's put a couple beige browns on this armrest that didn't have any paint on it before. Just thin little lines of beige brown, nothing fancy. I bet we can squeeze one over here on the right-hand side of the cushion of the main body of the chair. There's a little space next to the Wazdaka. And there's some space over here on the back. Mm-hmm. So we're just going to do a line of this beige brown down there. And believe it or not, it's coming together. I don't know if you're seeing the final product yet.
I'm not.
But it's coming together in a way that I think is going to be something everybody can enjoy. As we pull the Wazdaka red out one more time, put another streak on this. And here comes the final photo, guys. We have finished our throne, and this is what it looks like. Oh, wait, no, that's not the right photo. Let's switch over to the real photo. So this is our throne. It's a little bit of an homage to a wonderful show and a wonderful actor.
No.
I don't know what inspired me to do this, but here we are. Anyway, like and subscribe for more content. Hit the bell button for notifications. Do something fun with your thrones, and have fun painting your miniatures, guys.
Bye.